right, we've talked the latest in fashion. Now time to talk the latest in eyebrows. What is in? Are they thin? Are they full? We have Elise Russon here. She's a makeup artist.
Yes.
And this is one of your specialties.
Yes, it is.
Gosh, and I'm looking at your brows. And they're a little bit on the fuller side.
They're on the fuller, but at the same time, they're pretty petite because I have a petite face.
Okay.
So it's all about what your face requires for your eyebrows.
Well, and in the last little bit, you've seen in magazines, it's gone back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the thin one? Do you draw it on, and then it got, you know, the thicker?
The thicker.
So what's the good rule of thumb for our viewers out
The rule
there?
of thumb is there's actually 3 tips that I'm going to show you.
Okay.
And that's how you can determine what kind of eyebrow that you should have.
Oh, I like that. So one eyebrow doesn't fit everyone.
No, definitely not. Everybody's face is different, so everybody's eyebrows will be
All
different.
right, you brought your gorgeous
Yes,
model.
I did.
Jump in.
Okay.
To your tips.
So if you can see, I have already done one of Erin's eyebrows, so you can kind of see the before and after.
Definitely tell the difference.
Yeah. So what I start out doing, and we've already plucked Erin's eyebrows, and she had them done before she got here. So now we're just going to fill them in. To start out, there's 3 points on your eyebrows, and it's the beginning,
Okay.
the end, and the arch.
You know, Elise, I've heard that if you put your finger right there by your nose, that's your starting point.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Is that true?
So I'm going to take this. You could take an eyeliner, but I use a eyebrow pencil because we'll be using it later anyway. You take it right outside of your nose, right through the corner of your eye up to the eyebrow, and you're going to make a little mark right there.
So if you go past that, you're edging into unibrow territory.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to
You might get kicked out of an airport.
Yeah.
You better watch out.
Yeah. Anything from here out, you're going to want to get rid of.
Okay.
But anything therein, keep it. You don't want too big of a wide of a spot in between your eyebrows. So from there, you're going to take your eyeliner or eyebrow pencil, go from the nose to the outside of your eye.
And that should be the ending
That should be the end. Yeah.
Okay. How do you know the middle, how much it should arch?
This is the most important part that people get the most confused about.
Okay.
So Erin, my model, is going to look straight out, and so it's easiest if you have somebody else do it on you, because you want to take it right from the corner of your nose through your pupil straight up. So that's going to be the highest point. And by arch, I mean highest point of your eyebrow.
Okay.
So from there...
So should you pluck up to... See, I get excited with the plucking,
so
and I overpluck.
I know. My rule is less is more, but some people just naturally have thin eyebrows anyway. So you're going to have, when you pluck them, they're going to be thin. Kind of like Erin's. She doesn't have a lot of hair, so they're thin. But that's fine. That's why we fill them in. That's why we have all these tools. We're lucky. We're girls. So
Now, are you filling them in with a pencil, or do you like a powder?
I do both.
Okay.
Okay, so once we determine where all of your points are, it's kind of like connecting the dots. You're going to go from that point right down to the other point. And I like to start on the arch because it's the trickiest part.
Should you go a shade darker than your hair? How do you know what color to use on your brows?
I prefer darker eyebrows than hair, but it really doesn't matter. It's up to everybody. If you want blonde eyebrows, they make blonde powder, they make blonde pencils, so it really is up to whatever you think you want. If you don't want really extreme eyebrows, kind of like mine, then I would say stick with a lighter.
But it frames your face. You forget
Makes
about
our
them all
eyes
the
look
time, but it completely changes
Exactly,
the
and
look
that's
of...
why I love eyebrows so much.
We have a quick 30 seconds. Let's hurry and finish up.
So from here, you're going to take it, and a trick that not many people know about is you don't want the beginning of your eyebrow to be as dark as the end of your eyebrow.
Oh, the end is darker?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it's just kind of light and
Good to know,
soft.
kind of fade.
Light and soft.
Front. No, I'm not kidding. It's making you look more awake. It's making her look like her eyes completely opening up when you do that.
Okay, so from there, you would put the powder on top of it just to make it look a little bit softer.
Okay.
And that's another little tip or trick that not many people know about. So...
No, look at that.
Awesome. It looks great.
Well, and not that she needs to look younger, but maybe some of us do, and that just opened up that eye so much. If you need tips from Elise, let's tell you how to get a hold of her. EliseRussonMakeup.blogspot.com. Maybe you want to ask her about your brows because you've overplucked, like I do. A lot of the time. You could also like her on Facebook.
Yes.
That's your Facebook page, too. Elise, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having
being
me.
here. Great tips.
Yeah, thanks for the great tips. And coming up next, I'm going to be in the kitchen with Cancun Cafe, so stay with us.
Well,